Good evening, good evening, good evening on this Sunday night. I hope everybody is well and being blessed. Once again, this is the King of Sense coming from the Lehigh Valley, the ABE area in Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton, bringing to you a new scent today, a new scent profile, and from a new house called the Game of Spades. And I gotta say, Joe Milano's brand by itself. How you doing, Christy? Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, follow, and repost. Most important all. Today we're going over the house of Joe Milano, Game of Spades. And I'm going to tell you my secret and my personal fragrance that I wear that definitely get the most compliments. And it's mainly from his brand. But today we're going over Moon by the house of Joe Milano, Game of Spades. And got to say, by far, this is a phenomenal line. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Like, share, follow, and repost. With that being said, we're going over this Joe Milano's line tonight, which is the Game of Spades Moon, which is a clone for Bond number 9, if I'm not mistaken. But without no further ado, let's get into the atomizer check, because let me tell you, all his atomizers on point. So let's get there. Pressurize. Oh my God. I got it. This is unisex, by the way, just in case y'all ladies, you know what I mean? It's not just for men. This is unisex. I have a lot of stuff up here that's unisex, as you can see behind me. On this side, I have Joe Milano's line and some other stuff behind it, Hawass, etc., etc., etc. But this is a unisex fragrance that will definitely project and everything that you want in a fragrance line. And I'm not only saying that because I wear it on a regular basis. And with that being said, let's get into the notes for those who don't know what the notes are. So the top notes are gardenia, carnation, jasmine. The middle notes are patchouli, flowers. C notes, sandalwood, and the base notes is caramel and coffee. And I gotta say, off the top, the first spray, I'm gonna spray it again because I love the scent. I love the scent profile by far. It smells good in the air. It projects long. I mean, this is definitely, his whole line is a hit in my eyes, and this is my opinion. You know, you might not like his line, or you might not like specifically the fragrances of his line, but at the end of the day, I'm only going for what I know. If you want me to review a specific fragrance, just please hit me up in the message. Let me know what fragrance you want me to review or go over, and I'll put it on skin to see if it wins at the end of the day. But you know how we do it. We're going to put it on skin. See if it's going to win. Now, pardon me for a second while I roll up my sleeves. And here we go. Don't judge me on how I spray on my cologne now. Remember that. So I got to say, on skin, off the top, oh, you definitely can smell the caramel. Oh, I mean, not as strong, but it's a smooth, sudden scent fragrance that will project longevity. And I gotta say this personally, I use this, and the projection on this and the longevity is at least 10 hours, at least. Now that's just how I spray it. So, and I'm gonna explain to you how I spray it, so don't judge me now. So with that being said, I go 3 sprays on my wrist, 3 sprays in my pit, 3 sprays behind my neck, and down my back, and then in the front. Do the same thing on this arm. That's it. 10 hours later, you're still going strong. Still going strong. Thank you, Larry. Larry, like, share, follow, and repost. Tonight we're going over the Joe Milano's line, Game of Spades Moon. It's a unisex fragrance. Could be used for men or women. And I gotta say, banger. Banger, banger. So I put it on skin. So now we're going to smell it and see how it goes. Chrissy, you're doing a great job. Hasn't got unnoticed. You're climbing there. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Anna Morales, thank you for joining. Like, share, follow, repost, engage. If there's a particular fragrance that you need me to go over, if I don't have it, whether it be women or men, I'm your guy. I'll go pick it up just for you and go try it out. Al, how you doing? Thank you so much. Moon. We're talking about Moon from the House of Joe Milano, Game of Spades. Unisex, by the way, unisex. Thank you for the join, Bowtie. Thank you for the join. Like, share, follow. If you're not part of my fan club, please click that button up top and become a fan. And I will bring every fragrance every day to you to go over, in my personal opinion, on what smells good, what's not, what's hot, what's popping, what's cracking. At the end of the day, I'm here for you. King of Scents, Lehigh Valley. You know, we got new things popping out here in the Lehigh Valley. So with that being said, let's get it in. So on skin. Now I just sprayed it maybe 2 minutes ago at the end of the day. Thank you, Preston, for joining. Thank you so much. Like, share, follow, and repost. But the most important thing of all is to, when I repost the live, for people who missed it, and I repost the live, I need y'all to comment, engage as well. Because that's how we go. By you commenting on here and joining the live, show the love, show the support. So when I repost, you're doing the exact same thing. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Preston, thank you so much. Lucky Dragon, thank you for joining. Kelsey, thank you for joining. Like, share, follow, and repost. The most important thing of all. Preston, thank you so much. We're going over the House of Joe Milano, Game of Spades Moon, which is unisex. So, on the skin, because I sprayed it on skin, gotta say, definitely return heads. How you doing, Andreas? Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining. Heath Mitchell, thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, share, follow, and repost, engage. On skin, definitely an eye turner. People are going to come up to you and be like, what do you have on? Now, like I said before earlier, it's a male fragrance, but it's unisex. A woman can wear it and a man can wear it at the end of the day. Papa Murphy, thank you for joining. Hello, how y'all doing tonight? We're going over to Joe Milano's line, Game of Spades Moon. Thank you so much, Rod. So, my sole goal and purpose here on this channel and is to make people aware of the fragrance scene. And what I mean by that is create a unique scent. How you doing, Rod? Rod, thank you so much. Audrey, thank you so much for joining, everybody. Like, share, follow, and repost, please. And most important of all, hit that little button on top. Show me some love. Let me know that you're in here. So my sole purpose of this channel is to engage the community and to help someone find their scent profile and how to apply it, what works good with their DNA. And as you see behind me, I have a lot of fragrances. And people, please don't judge me because I have Vaseline. I'm going to tell you a story about that in a little bit. But let's get back to the main thing. Thank you, Sonny, for joining. Thank you. Like, share, follow, and repost. Please, please. Show the love. Show the love. So, that's the sole purpose of this channel, is to engage the community, to help each other out, to join together, and to create a unique scent. Because each scent up here and each scent that you spray on yourself tells a story about who you are. Now, I'm not only a fragrance collector, I'm a fragrance wearer. I'm also a connoisseur of fragrances. They also call me slayer of layers at the end of the day, because what you see here, I layer everything. Maybe 3 times, 1 time, or whatever. Thank you, Albs. Thank you, Sonny, for joining. Like, share, and follow, and repost. Again, for those who are just joining in, we're coming over with the Game of Spades Moon from Joe Milano. So I can also teach you how to layer too as well. It's like what scent works with good scent, to even give you a unique different smell and a scent to your profile, so you can be somebody you're not and not like the average Joe. With that being said, thank you, everybody. Marianne, thank you for joining. Hello, how you doing? For those who are just joining in, please like, share, follow, repost, share the live. Show me some love, not only here, but also in the repost when I post the live. We're going over to Joe Milano, House Game of Spades, Moon, unisex, keyword, unisex. So everybody can wear this fragrance. Okay, so let's jump back a little bit and what my goal is here. There's a lot of things happen, like I said earlier, in Lehigh Valley. You know, there's a lot of stuff I mentioned in my live yesterday that, you know, I'm going to recap tonight so we can be aware and be on the same page. Preston, thank you for joining. So with that being said, I just gave you a brief synopsis of who I am and what I'm here to do and to create. I have my own fragrance line coming out, the King of Scents. Working on that due diligently, and I'm striving to get the clean, perfected scent for each individual and to accommodate each person's DNA. Not everybody can do that. How you doing? Thank you so much. Not everybody can do that at the end of the day. I'm not saying that I can do that, but I'm going to try my best as the King of Scents to bring a fragrance that no other fragrance has brought to anybody's attention. And I'm working. It's a work in progress. So with that being said, let's get back to the review. Now, I sprayed it like maybe, 10 minutes ago at the end of the day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Preston, how you doing? Preston Piper, how you doing? Raphael Fragrance, thank you for joining. If I'm butchering your name, please bear with me. I'm trying to read the names come on the eye screen, and with this shirt, it's giving a really bad vibe. But yeah, thank you so much. Join that fan club. Join that fan club so I can bring the love and share to everybody in this Lehigh Valley. So that's my sole purpose of coming out with a designer fragrance for an average Joe, for, you know, a business person, stay-at-home mom, a good fragrance that's gonna, thank you for the hearts, thank you so much, that's gonna captivate and have longevity in the long run. And by far, I ain't gonna lie, this Joe Milano's line is phenomenal. Because as you see, you can see behind me, well, not really, but, you know, if I pan the camera, let's just pan the camera here a little bit. Let's just go up. You know, you can see, you know, the whole line. And it just goes there, and it goes there. And that's this sum of what I have. Now, if I show you my other stuff, you're probably like, oh my God, how much money you spend on fragrances? But at the end of the day, I like to smell good. I like to be presentable to society and in life in general. And I just like that cream, crisp smell. So what I say to pick this up, most definitely by far. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the house of Joe Milano, because at the end of the day, his brand and his females brands as well, because he has female fragrances, Queen, Bid, there's a couple other ones, Leo, Libra, those are unisex as well. That whole brand is phenomenal. Thank you, Kathy, for joining. Preston, thank you again for joining again. At the end of the day, his whole line is phenomenal. And I got to say, I love the bottle, the designs of the bottles, the cap, how it closes, and the scent profile. The scent profile is indeed. Yes, Marianne, it is fantastic scent. And I will recommend his line to anybody at the end of the day. So with that being said, let's just jump on for a little further and get ahead of each other. And let's just talk about what's coming for the King of Scents in Lehigh Valley. So last night on my live, I mentioned that I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And last night I sat and I thought, and I'm like, you know what? That's not fair to all my followers from the gate. You know what I mean? Last night I made a statement I'm going to retract it because I just feel it's not fair, that I said that I was going to give a free cologne, free perfume to the first 1,000 followers. That's not fair. For everybody that's been following me from day one, my day oneers, that's not fair to them. So with that being said, once I crack 1,000 followers, okay, I would go on live. And I will pick a number in my head or write it down. And everybody that joins that live, or I write a name down or whatever, but everyone who joins that live, I will mention who the winner is. Or if I do a number, you say the number, whoever gets the number is a winner. And I'll mention it on live. And like I said before, this way it's fair for everybody who joins, you know what I mean? Because who's to say, you know, you've been following me from day one, and then here this person comes, bam, next thing you know, they win. It's not fair, and I agree. So I reiterate my choice and let it open for everybody who follows me so everybody can get a chance to win at the end of the day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Like, share, and follow, and repost. So, again, so we got the free giveaway. Once I crack 1G, remember, once I crack 1G, somebody, whether male or female, will win a fragrance of their choice. They just have to tell me what they want, and I will mail it to them. Man of my word, King of Scents, keeps it real 100%. That's the first thing. Second thing, we're talking about my fragrance line, King of Scent. I'm coming out with one, hopefully soon. I'm working on that. I'm doing my due diligence to come out with one. But you know how that goes. It takes time. You have to find the right scent, the right profile, the right mixture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For those who are in the fragrance industry, y'all know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, that's 2. Number 3, I'm doing a co-op live at my friend's shop in Lehigh Valley in Allentown. Okay, Wednesday night at 5 o'clock, we are going live. And we're going live from his shop. And we're going to be at Perfume Valley in Allentown on Union Boulevard. For those who live in the Valley in the ABE, Nick, thank you for joining. Thank you, Cook, for joining. Thank you so much. For those who live in the Lehigh Valley, come out. Or join on TikTok, because we're going to be streaming both platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if you can stream on Snap, but if you can, we're going to try. But at the end of the day, he's going to be streaming. I'm going to be streaming. And any fragrance that you see behind me or in the shop, if you wanted us to give you our intake on it or what the notes are, etc., all you got to do is, reply in the live. We'll get to you and we'll do your fragrance. But not only just that, and that's this Wednesday coming up in Lehigh Valley. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Like, share, and follow, and repost. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is being weather permitted. That Sunday, not this Sunday, well, not today, but next Sunday, we're going to be having music and a table set up outside. If you get hungry, you can get food from Pizza Hut or, the Cucho Frito truck on the corner. But we're going to have music. We're going to have free smells at the end of the day, if you want to call it like that. Come out, smell. You never know. You might walk out with a fragrance at the end of the day. How you doing, Imana? Like, share. How you doing, Redbone? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Like, share, and follow, and repost. If you're not a fan, hit that button up top. So come out, enjoy, bring the kids. They have kid fragrances too. Hassan and Muhammad at Perfume Valley in Allentown, 1801 Union Boulevard. We're gonna be going live Wednesday night from inside, and that Sunday we're gonna have music, weather permitted. Weather permitted now. If it don't rain, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be on the 1s and 2s, spinning the music while everybody else is there having a good time. Smelling perfume, smelling colognes, and it's gonna be a great day, great night. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much. How you doing, Nick? Thank you. We're going over Joe Milano's line, Game of Spades, Moon. And those are the things what's happening for me in the Lehigh Valley. And it's all about giving back to the community. It's all about giving back to somebody else and playing it forward. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, is to play it forward, be a blessing to other people so you can receive your blessing in the meantime. And at the end of the day, I do stuff not because I have to. I do it because I want to at the end of the day. I'm a genuine guy. I keep it 100. I wear my heart on my sleeve at the end of the day. And that's all we're here to do, is to love one another as the individuals. How you doing, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Nick, thank you again for rejoining. But at the end of the day, please watch the live. Don't just, if it's not your thing, I understand. But at the end of the day, we're here to support all creators and everybody, entrepreneurs, etc. So if we can show the love, cross-platform, everybody, it would be great. But now let's just jump back to the fragrance because I got sidetracked there a little bit. So with that being said, excuse me if I don't acknowledge you in the lives because it's kind of hard for me to see. I'm using my cell phone and this is kind of, giving me a bad reflection off of the camera. Ask about moon. What about moon? What about moon? Ask about moon. Anybody want any questions about moon? Let me know. Ebony, thank you for joining. So, I sprayed it on skin. And I got to say, definitely. Pam, thank you for joining. Ebony Eyes, thank you for joining. Like, share, follow, and repost. And most important of all, hit that little button if you're not following so I can keep you updated. Show me some love, whether it be here or on the repost. And we're all here together to join the community. So, there's a lot of people out here doing their thing and doing this and that. But, we all have a purpose in life at the end of the day. And that is to love one another and to continue on playing it forward for each other. So, again, we're going over Joe Milano's line. Now, as you can see behind me, I also have his line, just about every fragrance except for the women. And I have some unisex in the back, like the Leo and the Libra and etc. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Like, share, and follow, and repress. Is it a dupe for something or is it original? Christy, it is a clone. We don't like to say dupe. We're going to say clone in here. So it is a clone for Bond number 9. It's okay. But by far, me personally, this smells better. I smell Bond 9. I don't have it in my collection, but I have smelled it. And the longevity and the projection on this, I think surpasses Bond number 9. But that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion at the end of the day. But yes, it is a clone. Yes, it is. I agree with you. Yes, Marianne, thank you so much. So basically, that's what we're trying to do here. So let's just jump back. I sprayed it on my arm. I got to say, it's a winner chicken dinner. Put this in your collection, men, women. If you need a good gift or a good idea for your man, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, Joe Milano's line is off the meat rack at the end of the day. And one thing you got to say is I keep it 100 again. I can't reiterate that even more because I give you my honest opinion. Like I said, if I don't like it, I don't like it. So, but what you... Yes, Marianne, why do I have Vaseline behind me? Good question. As y'all see, I have Vaseline right here. So, let me put this down for a minute. Let me explain the definition of the Vaseline. Okay, for those who don't know, and those who just join in or doesn't know how to apply fragrance, when we were all young and we got our first bottle of cologne and perfume, what did we do when we sprayed it on? Can someone tell me? Someone tell me in the chat. What did we do when we first got our first bottle of cologne? Now I'm going to wait for a response for a little bit here. So I wish I had some Jeopardy music to be playing right now. So we're going to go dee 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 din 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 din. Yes, Marianne got it right off top. We rub it. That's right. How you doing, user? Thank you for joining. We rub it in. So with that being said, how you doing, Marianne? Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get Marianne on the line. Let's see here. Just bear with me for a minute while I try to get Marianne on the line. Let's see here. So we rub it. So with that being said, we spray our cologne and we rub it. Like this. Once you do this, you ruin your fragrance, you ruin the notes, and the longevity out the window. Out the window. So, with that being said, what do we do now? So, I'm glad you asked. That Vaseline right there, you take a little bit. You put it on your points here, your point here, behind your ears, and then you spray your fragrance. And then you ask why? I'm glad you asked why. Because at the end of the day, that even gives you more longevity than what the projection really is. Thank you, Keith, for joining. Thank you. Like, share, and follow, and repost. So, the Vaseline helps to improve the longevity. And if you think I'm lying, listen, you can Google it, or you can even try it yourself. Don't go crazy with the Vaseline now. All you need is a little bit, like a little smudge. And then you spray your fragrance. And I guarantee you, the amount of compliments and the longevity that you get from your fragrance, you're going to be like, yo, this guy knows his shit at the end of the day. And I don't even know if I can curse, but I cursed anyway, so who cares? That's just me. It's just who I am. Once you get to know me, you know how I think, you know how I talk. You know, a lot of people want to be here sophisticated and talk all nonchalant. Man, listen, I ain't got time for that. People want it in layman terms so we can understand it. So, with that being said, let's just do another recap. Would you tallow? Yes, I forgot all about that. No Vaseline. You do both. Do both. So, the 3 things to apply a fragrance. First thing, tallow up. Tallow your body, your face, your points, okay? Number 2. Number 2, you grab this little bad boy right here, the Vaseline. You put it on your points. 3, you spray your fragrance. Do not, I reiterate again, do not go like this. Because when you go like this, you might as well say you just ruin your fragrance. You just put it on for nothing at the end of the day. Let's see if we can try this again. Let's see. Just bear with me for 1 second here. Well, let's see if I can get Marianne or Christy on the horn here and see what happens. Let's see here. Well, we just invited somebody to come join us live, so let's see what happens. So at the end of the day, that's how you apply your fragrances. Now, only just that, you can layer your fragrances as well, because the Slayer of Layers is my AKA at the end of the day. So if you want to learn how to layer, listen, I got a YouTube channel out, Slayer of Layers. The link is in my bio. At the end of the day, you can keep following me on here. Viana, thank you for joining, Viana. Tonight, we're going over the Joe Milano's line, Game of Spades, Moon, which is unisex. So you can buy this for your man, buy them for your stepdad, whatever. I don't know what your scenario is, but at the end of the day, buy, because it smells phenomenal in the projection. So we're going to do a brief recap, just in case for those who are just joining in. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of his line, because by far I think his line is phenomenal, and I like all his, well, I ain't going to say all his scents. Most of his colognes I have and I wear. So with that being said, let's do a quick recap. So what do we have going on in the Lehigh Valley for the King of Scents? Does anybody know who's in my chat? Anybody that's on the live, Big Trick, you know how you doing? For all those who was in my live, what's going on? Y'all paying attention or what? So let's see if anybody's paying attention over there. And I guess not. So, with that being said, again, the King of Scents is doing big things in Lehigh Valley. And I'm here to play it forward. I'm here to help people out. Try to know the knowledge and the scent profiles to try to find you a better fragrance for yourself with longevity. Teach you how to layer, because I'm the Slayer of Layers. But that's number 1. 2, I'm giving a giveaway. When I crack 1G, I'm going to pick a number, or you tell me in the chat. How you doing, Corey? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. You tell me, you message me, or you tell me in the live how y'all want me to do it. Do you want me to pick a number and then someone guesses the number, or what? You tell me, or I just go my list. Thank you so much, Marianne. How you doing? Thank you for rejoining. I don't know what happened there. I sent you an invite so you can chime in, but I guess you never got it. Christy, I sent you an invite. Guess you never got it as well. But anyway, you tell me how you want me to pick the winner. Because like I said, for my day oneers, it's not fair to them. So I had to redo it and say, listen, as soon as I crack 1G, I'm going to free giveaway, perfume or cologne, Now I just have to figure out how I'm going to go ahead about doing that. Whether it be picking the numbers and somebody joins it, or, you give me some ideas at the end of the day. You pick a number. Yes, I pick a number. But then again, everybody has to join the live in order to pick the number. Because let's say if only 4 people join the live and I got a number and nobody picks the number. You know what I mean? So we got to have a backup plan. So that's a good thought, Christy. Well, we got to have a backup plan. So that is the first thing. Pick a name. That's a good idea too, Marianne. I'll pick a name, throw it in the raffle in front of everybody on live. But that's 1,000 people there. So I'm just going to have to maybe just use initials and then know what they are at the end of the day. But you know what? I don't care. I'll write the names down and put them in a hat and pick them out at the end of the day. That's number 2. Number 3, I plan on coming out with my own signature scent for the King of Scent. Okay? 4, we are doing a live co-op with the business Perfume Valley in Lehigh Valley, 1801 Union Boulevard in Allentown. If you're from the Valley, you know where it's at. If not, you can join us on live. Whoever joins live, you put the username in the wheel. That's a great idea, Viana. Send me a direct message with that so I can remember it. That's a good idea. So with that being said, I'm doing a co-op live at Perfume Valley with Hassan and Muhammad. And we're going to do this thing together. And we're going to bring the scents to Lehigh Valley. Because like I said yesterday in my live, I don't believe there is another fragrance place close. I think the closest place is KOP or the mall or Ulta. But yeah, you're going buying $200-$300 fragrances at the end of the day. Yes, Allentown, we can't wait. Yes, Marianne, we cannot wait. Thank you, everybody. Show me some love. So the co-op is on Wednesday, this Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Join the live so we can go over and experiment, Perfume Valley and what they have to offer to bring to the Valley. Okay. And last but not least, that Sunday, we are going to do a live event as well, but we're also going to have music. You can come out. We're going to have a table out there. You can smell. If you like something, you go inside and you buy it. Or just come out to have a good time and show the love, show the support in the Lehigh Valley. I'll be up on the turntables 1 and 2, spinning the music. Hassan Muhammad will be outside or inside, with the tables, giving you perfume. If you want to smell it, buy it, And if you're hungry, there's food on the corner where you can get the Cuchi Frito truck or Pizza Hut or Domino's, whatever it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But those are the things that's happening here in the Lehigh Valley this weekend. Now, mind you, this Sunday, weather permitted. So if it's raining, I won't be there. But let's just pray there's no rain. It can be cold out there. I'm still coming. As long as it's not raining, I will be there at the end of the day. Thank you. Thank you so much, Corey. Thank you. Like, share, and follow and repost. If you're not part of the group, hit that button up top. Show me some love. So with that being said, that's a quick recap from the King of Scents of Lehigh Valley. And again, we are going over to Joe Milano's line, which is the Game of Spades, the Moon. It's unisex. So that means men and women can buy it. So open up your horizons, broaden them, be open to different fragrances. Listen, yesterday I think I did a review on this. Lattafa Dynasty. Strictly, how can I say it? This is outside my comfort zone, but it's nice. It has a tea scent to it. Rubella tea, I believe it is. I don't remember off the top of my head. But let me tell you, this is definitely out of my zone, but I wore it. And let me tell you, it smelled phenomenal on me. It's a different scent for me and a different profile. But it did wonders with my DNA at the end of the day. So, with that being said, let's just wrap this live up. It's a Sunday. We all have work in the morning. So, again, we're going over to Joe Milano's line. Game of Spades Moon, which is unisex. So, ladies, men, this is a good Christmas gift, New Year's gift, birthday gift, or just because gift at the end of the day. And I'm not just saying this. I'm a firm believer of it. And I'm going to give you a quick peek. You know what I mean? Again, you see all what I have of his line. I got Hawass back there. And back there, there's some more. But that's just some of it at the end of the day. And I got to say, definitely a winner chicken dinner. And it definitely would be a phenomenal fragrance for your collection at the end of the day. So remember, I'll be on live every night at 6 o'clock going over a different fragrance up here for those who don't know, or my unboxing that I get in the mail. So with that being said, this is the King of Scents from the Lehigh Valley signing off for tonight. Stay tuned. Watch my lives. Watch the reposts. Engage. Show me some love. Trying to get to that 1K. Not only just for that, but I'm willing to bless somebody. I want to bless somebody soon. So with that being said, like, share, follow, and repost. Definitely a goodbye. And with that being said, y'all have a nice night.